Drawing when we okay now in a charcoal drawing, when we have to spread the charcoal with water, there are two ways to do that. One, we either just spread and do the entire shading with charcoal and with water, nothing else. We use the dust of charcoal. Now as we have not yet started using dust exactly like the charcoal dust, so what we can do is we can use the soft charcoal pencils dust. That is, while sharpening we can just spread the dust. Okay, the other way of doing or making a painting of charcoal and watercolor is where the entire drawing is done with charcoal, but you want to add colors. So in that place, the second technique of wet on wet is applied. And the second technique of wet on wet tells us is that you first apply color, then you spread that with water. All in agreement with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here we are going to add some colors also. But remember, we will keep the charcoal overpowering. Charcoal will be the main medium which is going to be used most, right? And watercolor will be used to enhance some of the parts of my entire object. Now here I have two main objects and one secondary object. Two primary objects over here are these petals and my pot, and my secondary object becomes the kind of table on which the pot is placed and the small flower which has fallen over here. Okay, because this cannot be a part of this, so this becomes my secondary object, and my negative space is the background, which we will fill up with dust of charcoal, of soft charcoal pencil. Cool? Chalo. So please keep two water bowls with you. One, because one will become little blackish due to your charcoal dust continuously being the brush being continuously washed. Okay, so keep one water which will be kind of neat and clean water. Okay, so first you take water in your brush and just start spreading your charcoal, creating like a wash base for your painting. Okay, but make sure that when you're spreading water, it is going in the shape of your object. So the application of water should not be just here and there. It should go as per the object. That is extremely important. Mainly work with the tip of brush. I am working with brush number 12 and trying to use tip of it to get dust of charcoal pencil out from here and spread. Yesterday another charcoal work was done, charcoal and watercolor, that was with fruits. So in that also more or less the techniques are same, but the colors will be different. And earlier a landscape was done. The reason I'm showing three different kinds of compositions so that you get an idea that in three different composition how it is. And now over here, many times students end up doing a very small mistake, that is they take water and they just run over the petals as one. Do not do that. Go every petal. Okay, every petal needs to be watered separately, just like how we water plants in our home. Every plant is watered, so over here every petal needs to be watered. Okay, try to keep the shape, follow the direction of the shape of your petals of the vase, pot, table. Now if you notice, I am avoiding the water to go in my in my background. Okay,
Miss.
Alright. Okay, fine till here. Now here what you get is you just get a grayish kind of a base in your object. Fine. Now for the table,
We have to do this for each petal separately, right?
for each petal separately, correct. And if this petal is turning this side, then my strokes will also go this side. If this one is going that side, then my strokes will go towards up.
Okay.
Make full use of the tip of brush. Okay, now we will start coloring from petals. Preferably brush number 4 or 2 is advisable. Okay, I'm going to start with brush number 4 and I leave the choice of color of petals to you guys. I'm just going to take maybe vermilion, mix it a little bit with gamboge and white because those are the colors available in my palette. So I'm going with the colors available in my palette. And also keep a clean brush in your hand. So that when you color, you immediately spread that. So remember, each petal has to be done. And when you are spreading the colors, don't spread it like wet on wet type, just keep going. Okay?
Miss.
Each petal is gonna take a little time because each petal has to be colored. While you're spreading, that time I'm not using tip of the brush. Correct, that time I'm mainly just using as much brushes, like almost till this much area I'm using it. But while I'm applying color, that time I'm trying to stick to only to up to this place. Last, no, not Saturday, in one of the class where I had just I don't know whether Nija you were there in that class or not. I think you were there. Remember, Nija, I don't remember whether you were there or not. Remember we did one class in with Janani and all were there where we added, like we learned how to blend the lines and everything.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, were you part of that class?
No.
No, okay. So I think Janani was there. Now see, like in this one, too much water has gone in this petal. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wipe my brush and try and get rid of this excess water. But in doing that, my entire area has become very light. So I'll just add little bit of color in that place. Okay, so you will not let it dry over there. You will immediately do these kind of mending work. Because if you let it dry, then the first thing that petal will take maximum time to dry. Second, when it dries, it will form a lot of lines, because in whichever direction petal is gonna dry, I mean water is gonna dry, it's gonna leave a lot of lines and marks over there. And
which dries faster? What if it was a poster?
Poster, obviously. Poster, obviously. Because poster colors are.
Excess water?
Haan beta?
If we have excess water in one region, what do we have to do?
Okay, now see, like, I'll show it again. Now, like in this petal, I've again added too much of water. So I wipe my clean brush completely and I absorb the water, that excess water, in that clean and dry brush. And then immediately add little color so that it doesn't become too light. Now, answering to Nirja, since poster colors are opaque colors, okay, and they have a lot of it's very thick also, they dry faster. They not only dry faster, they also are not so easily blendable compared to watercolor. It can be blended, I'm not saying that it cannot be blended, but they leave a very opaque appearance.
Okay.
But when it comes to gouache or when it comes to watercolor, it's almost transparent like colors, right? These colors are. Okay, now I'm gonna take.
I have one for that.
Go ahead.
If like accidentally you splatter some paint or water on your painting, how do we get rid of that?
You immediately take a cotton cloth,
Okay.
okay, and just take your cloth and press like this.
Okay.
Do not go like this.
Okay.
You just place your cloth on top very slowly and just press like this and take it away like this. Do not take like this.
Okay.
Just take it out like this.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm using sap green. So that what will happen is, with that you will be saving the other part of your drawing. Because if you rub, first of all your paper will be torn and it will spread more. Okay, I'm using sap green for all these small, thin.
Also, one more thing. After this, we're also gonna do it on landscapes and
Yes,
different types.
absolutely. So yesterday the one that I have done for an orange and a pear, okay, that is something I would want you all to try out. It was done in the other batch. And landscape one I had done even before that. So I would want you all to go through it, but the reason I did not tell you all till now, because I thought that one drawing I will, we'll have a demo together and we'll work together on it, and then we can try the other objects.
Where is the landscape video?
It's in YouTube. Even that is there. I'll share the link in talent group.
Yeah.
Okay. Now comes the part of my charcoal pencil. Okay. You have to make sure that your petals are almost 90% dry. If not 100%, at least 80 to 90% it is dry. Okay. I have not yet colored this one, because this one is what I'm planning to color, a different kind of color for the petals. So I'm going to take charcoal, understanding from my drawing and understanding how I have colored the petals, we can make out that this portion is where the petals are coming out like this, right? these are towards down and these are going upwards. So even my shading, my cast shadow, my core shadow will be according to that, right? So I'm gonna make the inside areas dark for each petal going in that direction. Like yesterday, one of them said that my flower petals are always very uneven. So I can't help it, that's how in reality flower petals are. Unless you're drawing a marigold or a, what's the other one? That sunflower. Okay, now in this petal, in this petal, in this one and in this one, my shading will also be very light. And I'm going to work only with soft charcoal. You can work with hard wherever if you feel like, where you want to show very little kind of highlight. But since we are coloring this one, so I will not be using hard charcoal pencil. If I was working only with charcoal and only water, then I would have made use of hard charcoal pencil. Are you following? Who answered? Now in this petal again, I'll try and go very light. So wherever I have to shade light, the pressure on pencil will be very light.
One more question.
Go ahead.
So, pointed petals, we have to, when we're coloring them with watercolor, we have to, using the second technique, first we have to put the color in the darker areas and then spread it with just water. Right?
Right. Okay, now I'm done with this. I'll also, sorry, I left one petal. I'll also darken the areas for these leaves. Remember, if your paper is dark, paper is wet in a particular place, do not press your charcoal, because if you press, paper may tear. Right, now I'm going to take brush number 4, water and vermilion. Okay, because I am using vermilion. Not too much color, little watery color. And just will go on top of charcoal. You see how the color of vermilion is changing? And then just, I want to use little bit of orange and spread that from top. So basically, instead of adding black color or any darker shade to my watercolors, I am making use of the black dust of charcoal. Okay. Now in this one, I will just go like this. Over here, I'll not put much of, I'll not apply much of vermilion, because this is a very light petal. Try and paint along with me. See, See, this way it is also helping us to blend the pencil and rough look of charcoal, because petals do not have rough kind of effect, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to take a bit of orange and from top on this. If you want, you can also use white in some petals if you want to show that it is shining on the top. Even white can be used and can be added. But keep in mind, it will become grayish.
Ma'am, so after you put the charcoal, you're using the same color again to darken.
Yes, but this time I'm using less water. And I'm basically making use of the dust of charcoal to darken it. So my color of vermilion is not exactly vermilion. It is changing because dust of charcoal is getting mixed with it. Isn't it?
Yeah.
If you see here my vermilion is really vermilion. But when it comes to these places, it's not like vermilion. It's like blackish vermilion.
Yeah.
So let me just add a little bit of white in one of the petals. Doesn't look that nice. So I'll change that petal again. Now, like in these petals, the ones which are very light, in that I will apply vermilion also, extremely light. Arya, can I reply in next 5 minutes, beta? Alright, this is more or less giving just a little bit of look to your petals. I'm not going to do anything to the leaves. I'm going to leave the leaves like that. Okay. Now we will move to this one and to this. Okay. Now the same thing we will apply with this. In this I'm gonna apply gamboge. And orange. Okay, I'll let this dry because to work on this with charcoal I want it to dry. I'll move to this. I will be using burnt umber. Make sure you don't have too much of water. It should not be very dry also, and it should not be too much watery also. Okay, in here I will not be hiding the entire charcoal. I will let charcoal be seen. In fact, charcoal has to be seen everywhere. So I'm trying to maintain the curve as well as I'm trying to give a little texture to it.
And this video is there on YouTube, right?
This one is not there. This one will go on YouTube after this is done. After the class, it will be uploaded. Okay, now I'm going to take a thicker brush and
Mama, my internet.
ma'am,
Paper 4.
chalo koi nahi. Okay, kids, one more thing let me tell you all. You may find the texture of your painting little different from mine because we are using different kind of papers. If you are using 300 GSM, watercolor paper, hot press, this is the kind of texture that you will get what I am getting. But if you are using 200 GSM, your grains and roughness will be little less. So you may not get so much textury kind of like a rough texture, you may get very slightly smoother. And students who are using 130 or 170 may get a very smooth surface kind of a look. Okay, so did you all see what I did? Good. Now, I am just gonna take little bit of, let's say, blue, Prussian blue, and I'll just apply over here. Kind of show that this is where my object is kept on, and I will add little darker way of Prussian blue here because understanding I will have a cast shadow, right guys?
This
Tulip following?
Yes, ma'am.
You finished the drawing, right?
Yeah, I'm painting it.
Ah, good. Luckily the drawing was easy.
Yeah, it didn't take me long.
Well, drawings are always easy, it's not difficult. Drawings are never difficult. It's just that we think it is difficult. Okay, now let's get back to our favorite soft charcoal pencil. And let's add beauty to our flower vase. I'm just gonna make this part darker because see the top part, the neck of my vase or flower vase or pot, whatever you want to call it, will be the darkest. This area and this area. This area will be darkest, the neck, because of the entire flowers being on top. Especially this part will be like really dark. from here, let me go on adding like double lines and just give it a little look of cast shadow for every curve that is gonna be made. In my pot because of its curvy shape. Of course, under this petal it's gonna be dark. Over here also it will be dark because of this leaf. I'm gonna again add burnt umber to this. And remember, we are almost at the end of our drawing. See, the shading, where it has to be dark, where it has to be light, all depends on our light source direction, isn't it? And also on which the light is falling. When I say on which, that means on what kind of an object light is falling. It depends, it matters a lot. Okay, now I'll come to this petal. And I'm going to just spread this with water. Okay, and now I'm going to take burnt umber and get back to my flower pot.
Doesn't look good.
That's okay, that's okay. See, you can again try it. Right now, the reason when we also started painting, even our work used to not look good. Slowly, it is you guys who feel that yes, we make good paintings, and that keeps us more motivated. That okay, we better keep making good paintings so that you all keep liking it. And as there's a saying, na, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Maybe you don't like it. I may like it. Now here, I'm not going to apply any color. I'll just spread the soft dust of this soft charcoal. And I'm going to take a little bit of sap green to get this leaf prominently visible. Maybe I'll take a little orange because I feel this petal is looking left out types. Right, I'll again move back to my pencil. And I'm going to work for the cast shadow area. this part of the flower pot will be dark, because if I look at my entire drawing, I see this side being more lighter, and also my flowers are falling towards this end. So though I'll have a bit of cast shadow on the right side, but more it will be on my left. And please, next thing, use of your finger. Just spread it.
Ma'am, so after we put, so first we put, do the borders with charcoal, then we put the first layer of water, then we put the second layer of like with the watercolor as well.
Yes.
Then we put the charcoal, and then after that, do we use water to spread the charcoal, or do we use water and color together?
Water and color together. Water and color together. Right. Now comes the part where entire dust is gonna play role. Okay, I'm gonna use a knife. You can also use sharpener. Now on this part I'm gonna use very little dust, not much. But when I'm coming to this part, even in between. Generally we do this with charcoal dust. But when we apply charcoal dust, we try to make the entire background first with charcoal dust. Okay, now fingers. For this side, use clean finger because your this finger and this finger is already like black. But for here, use black finger only. And blow off the excess powder from here. Now take absolutely clean water, clean brush, and just start applying on it. Make sure you avoid the object. It's just making it spread evenly in your background. Okay, now when it comes to this side, you have to be careful of every corner point, every center point, every meeting point in between petals. in between flowers. Okay. So see, when I'm trying to blend between petals, I'm using the tip of brush. But when I come to corners, I'm just using full brush. Use water depending on your paper. If you are using 130 GSM, use water accordingly. Okay. Now we come to end of the drawing, and that is done by again using charcoal pencil, by just highlighting your work, adding any remaining cast shadow anywhere that has to be, giving final form to your painting. I will definitely have this part also little darker, because if it is falling on the wall, if I consider my behind negative space to be a wall, then obviously my wall will also be slightly darker. And a shadow of this falling. Shadow of the flower also falling, like petal. Now between each petal I will definitely have a very dark area. Because when a petal is coming from behind, then obviously it will be dark. You have to make the viewer understand that this petal is coming from behind of the other one. So basically all the detailed work is done by your charcoal pencil. Isn't it? Right, this part will become really dark. Just a slight finishing touch is what it is called. Oops, sorry. Just gonna turn this. So I'm just adding a little look in my background. doing the same thing here. Looks fine? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
At least somebody
Also,
answered.
ma'am, like, I'm not behind you. I'm on the cutoff.
No problem. But
Will you share the video?
yes, I will. I will definitely. I
I'm
will.
gonna read it. It doesn't do.
So more or less this is how it will appear. So yeah, this is your turn.